All right, in this video, we're gonna talk about how to set up your 9.5 Pro Contractor from Graco. First off, we're gonna connect our air hose to the air outlet fitting here on the sprayer. From there, we're gonna plug the power cord into the back of the sprayer. It's as simple as turning the sprayer and plugging this in. From there, we're gonna plug the other end in to a grounded outlet. All right, now we're gonna check out what needle nozzle we have in our Edge 2 Plus gun to make sure that it's the right needle nozzle for the coatings that we'll be spraying today. To figure out and understand what needle nozzle you should have in your gun based on the coating you're spraying, we have this very helpful matrix here where you can see what needle nozzle set you should have with the given coating. As I stated earlier, we're applying a latex-based product today, so we're gonna install a number 5 needle nozzle set in the gun. So first we're gonna take off the black retaining ring and the air cap. That's done simply by loosening this retaining ring. Then we're gonna pull the trigger back and unscrew the nozzle. When you're unscrewing the nozzle, you'll notice that the air cap retention guide is also gonna come out with the nozzle. Here you can see the number 3 engraved on the nozzle. And then we're also gonna click this over, pull the trigger so it releases the needle, and this is a number 3 as well. We're spraying a thicker latex-based coating today, so we're gonna use the number 5 needle nozzle assembly. The nice thing is the needle nozzles are stored right here on board in our toolbox. So we're gonna grab the number 5 needle and nozzle. We're just gonna verify that it has the laser engraved. And we're gonna put our number 3 back so we don't lose that. From there, it's just reversed. So we're first gonna put the needle into the gun, click this over, make sure that this comes back when you pull the trigger. Then we're going to install our air cap retention guide. You're going to simply put it in the front of the gun here, and you'll see there's 2 little grooves, and the air cap guide won't push in unless you find the groove. So you see it's not going in. Once I find the groove, you can see it easily fits in. Then we're going to install our nozzle. So you're going to put the nozzle on the needle, pull the trigger back, and tighten in the nozzle. Once we've done that, then we're simply going to install the air cap for the Edge 2 Plus gun. Once we've done that, we're going to get the flex line or cup assembly prepped up and ready to go. So first, we're going to take off the air hose. And we're going to disconnect the flex line or cup assembly from the Edge 2 Plus gun. From there, take the hose off, loosen the black retaining ring here. Set that aside. Take off your lid here. Make sure that your material strainer's in there. All right, now that we got the cup disassembled, we got the right needle nozzle in the gun for the job. Now, let's go over the best practices for getting your sprayer ready to rock and roll with paint. We're gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna put our proper PPE on, so we're gonna put on our safety glasses. From there, we're gonna grab our paint. So I typically have 2 buckets when I do this, so we'll have one that we got our latex-based product in, and the other one which is just empty. And this allows us to strain our paint in a different pail. So you can get these strainers anywhere at your local paint store. We're gonna put this on the empty pail, and we're gonna pour the paint into this pail. I also like to put gloves on because what I'll do is I'll squeeze the paint basically out of the strainer to ensure I don't have any lost material. So it's as simple as just pouring the paint through the strainer. I like to let that sit in there to get any of the residual out. We've done that, we'll put the lid back on. From there, we're gonna pull the strainer up. You can see the paint straining through there. But what I'll do is I'll strain the paint, pull the bag up to ensure that we get all the material out. Once we've done that, I grab it like this, pull the glove over the strainer, toss that in the waste bucket. So now we got nice clean paint to run through our HVLP sprayer. Next, we're gonna fill our cup assembly up with material. So as we talked about earlier, there's a max fill line here. So we're gonna take our strained material, we're gonna pour it right up to that max fill line. right about there. All right, then make sure that your material inlet strainer is on and clean. From there, we're gonna drop this onto the cup, but we wanna make sure that all of our threads are nice and clean so we're getting an airtight seal. Once we validated that, we're gonna put this on, tighten the ring here, make it nice and snug. And what you'll notice with some materials, you may have to thin it down, but we always recommend to consult your paint manufacturer or your material you're spraying, that manufacturer, to see their recommendations on how you should reduce that product. From there, we're gonna install the Edge 2 Plus gun back onto the flex liner cup assembly. Simply by tightening this ring here, nice and hand tight. From there, we're gonna reattach our air hose up and connect it into here. Then we're gonna take our air hose and connect that up to our gun. Now we're ready to spray.